On this size elevator?
This size elevator, yep, exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but they didn't have person.
Alright guys, welcome to old bit number 17. My name is coal miner Christine. I will be taking you on your orientation today. I'm not sure who told you this was a tour, but you're starting your first shift tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So make sure you take some good notes, alright? What you're standing in, like I said, this is a man cage and it takes men down into a bituminous coal mine about 600 feet. We've made several modern accommodations to this man cage. Before it came to the museum, this man cage only had the wooden floor beneath you and the metal chains above your head. The taller miners would hold on to those chains, and the shorter miners, well, they're just going to hold on to the taller miners. Go ahead and raise your hand if you're scared of the dark.
I'm about to get really
Oh, we actually added lights too for your convenience. Yeah, you wouldn't want to lean up against the side because that was called getting shafted. As soon as it stops, we're going to head out to the left, guys.
I'm going to the
It's hot.
Smells like crayon. Oh my god.
Alright, guys.
It's like a crayon. It does. Crayon is crayon. And I have no service. Oh my gosh, it feels so good.
All the way in, guys. We're just on a really small elevator. Everyone see? In the middle of it. Scoot in, up, sneak in. How far are we? Come on in, guys. All the way in. You can even move in towards the stairs if you need to. Alright, guys. Welcome to the city of Old Bend. Coal mines are commonly referred to as cities because they're so large. When you're standing in the center of a coal mine and go in any direction for about 4 to 7 miles, what you see in front of you right here, this is the rotary dump. Coal's going to come here to be weighed before it's taken out of the mine. Now, guys, it's the 1930s. You're going to be paid by the ton, not by the hour. How much do you think you're going to be paid for a ton of coal? No, that's a really good guess. Anywhere from about 17 to 75 cents. You care a lot about this machine. It's your paycheck. You'd be taking home about $2.30 a day. I'm going to go ahead and start it for you, so make sure you're looking that way, okay? Yeah, the coal would come in, be weighed and recorded, then would dump out onto a skipway. That's what most of you are standing on. It would work like a conveyor belt and take the coal out to the skip hoist. The skip hoist is in counterbalance with the man cage, so every time it would come into the mine, coal would go out. It was called a skipway because if you walked on it, it looked like you were skipping. And yes, that's exactly what happened to the last group that didn't interact with me, right? So speak up. The rotary dump is important, but safety is going to be your #1 priority in a coal mine. It's dangerous down here. We have a little phrase, and that is safety is the key. Need everyone to say that on 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Safety is the key.
You guys are going to make me so proud tomorrow. I know it. What do you hear behind you?
Water.
Water. Water's going to naturally occur in a coal mine. They're located beneath the water table. The water's going to seep in. Raise your hand if you can swim. It's a good life skill to have, but you know what? You just came down your only exit, so unless you can swim up that elevator shaft, you would just be going in circles down here, all right? Thankfully, we've invented something called a salt pit, a salt pump that takes the water to the surface at about 450 gallons per minute. It's located right here. The water's going to be taken to the surface, cleaned, and then it's going to be sent back down into the mine. Now, when it gets back down here, miners can drink it, they can use it to clean off their tools, but most importantly, they're going to spray down this coal face. Now, they're trying to keep down on something. What might that be? Yeah, coal dust. What happens if you breathe in coal dust?
Black lung.
Black lung disease. It is a slow, painful death, and you know what? It's still the #1 killer of coal miners today. All right, guys, we're going to head upstairs.
There's still coal mine already. I wonder if they could fast in the water. Oh my gosh. Oh so my god. Did you feel that cool?
I'm going to face towards me on the outside of the yellow lines, please. Come on, everyone moving. Come on, I don't have to talk behind me. Perfect, perfect. All right, guys, welcome to the safety room. Right behind you, that's the hospital. That's where they would go for minor injuries. That's funny. Anyways, downstairs we learned about 2 hazards in a coal mine. What were the 2 hazards we talked about downstairs?
Black lung and water.
Yeah, so water and dust. We have a 3rd hazard. It's going to be natural gases in a coal mine. Does anyone know what they used to detect gases in the early days in a mine? Yeah, birds would have been used. They have little lungs that react to those gases before we do. We're much bigger. So if we can see the canary giving us a sad face and the double high fives, you know it's time to get out of the mine for a little bit and let it air out. There's a problem with canaries. Anybody have a pet at home? Couple pet energy, pets need food and water, guys? Yeah, pets need food and water. Well, we're going to pretend that you have a friend named Joe, and Joe's bringing his canary to work today. But he forgot about the whole food and water thing. Now, if that canary dies, you don't know whether it's died because Joe forgot the food or because there's a gas in the coal mine. That could be a little bit of a problem. You might have a false alarm in your hand. Either way, you're still going to spend 2 days out of the mine. Joe and his canary just cost you $2.30 a day. I know I'm going to be mad at him for this bird. I don't know about you guys. There's another problem with canaries. They were actually used to detect carbon monoxide, which is not the biggest threat in a coal mine. Methane is. Methane's a little bit more dense, going to be down towards the bottom of the mine. The canaries are up there. You're going to get to that methane before the canary does. But don't worry, there was a guy by the name of Sir Humphrey Davy, and in 1815 he invented this lamp. Now, here's the deal with Davy. He was a coal miner, but he was a smart guy. He knew that different gases burn different colors. Now, if we were to light a candle, what color is that flame going to be? Red, maybe yellow or orange. What color do you think methane burns? Blue. Yeah, it's the same gas you have in your stoves at home, except for they've added a chemical into it to give it a smell. Typically, methane's going to be odorless, colorless, and tasteless. We cannot detect it with our senses. But with Davy's safety lamp, all we have to do is look for the blue flame. That sounds pretty easy, right, guys? Yeah, and it is. But when you mine coal, you need both hands. You can't hold on to the lamp. So you're going to set this on the ground, you're going to hang it on your hat, or more than likely, you're going to put it right here on your belt so it's nice and safe and close. Well, if that glass gets a crack in it, or if the screen on the inside that looks like this gets a hole in it bigger than the tip of a pencil, too much methane can go to that flame. If that happens, the lamp's going to explode. We've been mining coal all day, we're covered in coal dust, we're probably going to catch on fire. Now, the first thing we're taught to do when we catch on fire is to stop, drop, and roll. And that's a great thing to do unless you are inside of a coal mine because you can light it on fire. And coal fires are very hard to put out. If you didn't know, there's a coal mine on fire right now in Centralia, Pennsylvania. That coal mine's been on fire since 1962. It's estimated to burn for at least another 250 years. So if anything happens, do not set the coal mine on fire, okay? Good. Thankfully, in the 1960s, we came up with a much better way of detecting methane. And this is a pocket methodometer. It's called a what? Okay, good, you're listening. All right, there's a little screen on the back that lets in air. Numbers show up front to tell us how much methane's in the room. Now, coal miners are pretty poetic. We actually made up a little rhyme to help us remember when it's time to get out. Now, there's going to be a few blanks in my rhyme, but I'm pretty confident you can fill it in for me, okay? It goes like this. 1.9 and everything is 2.0 and it's time to 5.0, it's gonna blow. All right, so which one would you rather use? The pocket methodometer, the Davy safety lamp, or Joe's canary? Some of y'all are scaring me. You want to use the pocket methodometer, okay? This is going to cost about $600. So it costs about $60 and about $16.95 for the canary. Guess what, guys? The Davy safety lamp is still used all over the world today. Not so much in the United States anymore. We decided this was a bad idea. And you know what? Illinois was the first state to get rid of the Davy safety lamp. We're very progressive in the state of Illinois. We moved pretty quick. We got rid of the Davy safety lamp in 1996 on New Year's Day. Yep, it only took us 36 years after having a better alternative. Shortly after that, the other states said, hey, we're going to get rid of it as well. However, this is still used in some private mines in the U.S. today. They're not in the same safety standards. As far as foreign countries go, they're going to go with the cheaper option. All right, guys, now we came down in an elevator, but I did not call it an elevator. Does anyone remember the name of it?
Yeah.
It was a man cage, right? Right behind you, that is a 1930s man trip. Then we have a man cage, we have a man trip. Is there anything similar about those two names, guys? Man. Well, you know what? Women were not allowed to be coal miners. They were considered bad luck, and it was actually illegal for women to be near a coal mine in the 1930s. But don't worry, because I'm going to be driving and we'll be just fine.
We're going in.
All right, guys, everybody on both sides. Go all the way in. It's going to be kind of a tight fit, all right?
What was your name?
Christine. All the way, guys. All right, guys, everyone likes roller coasters, right? Yeah, I do too. Unfortunately, you did not go to an amusement park today. That would have been a lot of fun, though, right? However, I need you to put on your seatbelts, guys. They're located underneath your benches. If you go ahead and grab those now for and something else when you're out of here. Gotcha, it's the 1930s, there's no seatbelts in Jello Belmore, I saw that. Alright, we're gonna be going about 4.5 miles per hour, so make sure you hold on real tight during that loop, alright? Guys, what did I call this train? Man what? Man trip. It's actually man trap. I'm going to lunch. I'll see you later. Have a good day. I'm just kidding. I'm done making jokes for me.
Standards require maximum safety for the miner, and roof bolting is the most effective technique. Once the coal has been removed from the working section of the mine, about the size of a large room, the roof bolting machine, designed and built by FMC Corporation, drills holes into the ceiling. A bolt is anchored into the stronger sandstone above the coal seam to hold the roof in place. This drilling pattern provides a safer area in which miners can work. Without this safeguard, the roof might sag and eventually collapse.
Sorry.
FMC roof bolting provides a safer and more permanently secure environment than former methods of roof support.
Okay.